Hello my dear students, welcome to chemistry class. In this video we are going to discuss about unit 3 P block elements 2. In unit 2 we have discussed about boron and carbon family. Here in unit 3 we are going to discuss about nitrogen and oxygen family. So we will see one by one. My dear students, so this is unit 3. Here first we will discuss about nitrogen group. Nitrogen is present in group 15. So first of all we will see the occurrence of nitrogen. So about 78% of the Earth's atmosphere contains dinitrogen. Di means 2, so 2 nitrogen atoms. So we are writing N2. So it is a gas, nitrogen is a gas. You know very well about the nitrogen. It is also present in the earth crust. So in the earth crust, as sodium nitrate. Sodium nitrate. So another name of sodium nitrate is Chile saltpetre. So in the earth crust it is available as nitrogen is available as sodium nitrate. In sodium nitrate nitrogen is present, okay, and also potassium nitrate. Potassium nitrate. This potassium nitrate is called Indian saltpetre. Indian saltpetre. Okay, so occurrence of nitrogen, 78% of earth atmosphere contains dinitrogen. It is a gas. In the earth crust it is available as sodium nitrate and potassium nitrate. So the 11th most abundant, so next one is phosphorus. Phosphorus is the 11th most abundant element. It is the 11th most abundant element. Most abundant element. The symbol of phosphorus is P. Okay. So it is exists as phosphate. That is fluoropatite. Fluoropatite. Another one is chloropatite. Chloropatite. So phosphorus is available as phosphate, and also another one is hydroxyapatite. Hydroxyapatite. So in this three form phosphate is available. So in the phosphate phosphorus is present. Okay, so first one is nitrogen, second one is phosphorus. The remaining other elements are arsenic, antimony and bismuth. So these are the group 15 elements, and these all are available in the earth as sulfides. Actually they are not very abundant, they are very less quantities in the earth. So in the group 15, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. Nitrogen and phosphorus is the most important elements. So occurrence of nitrogen, 78% of the earth atmosphere contains dinitrogen gas. In the earth crust, it is available as sodium nitrate and potassium nitrate. So this is the occurrence of nitrogen. Second one is occurrence of phosphorus. Phosphorus is the 11th most abundant element. It is available in the earth as phosphate. And the another three elements are arsenic, antimony and bismuth. They are available as sulfides. Clear? So this is the occurrence of 15th group elements. So next one is preparation of nitrogen. Preparation of nitrogen. So nitrogen can be prepared in three methods. First method is fractional distillation. It is an industrial process. Second method, by using sodium acid. Third method is by using bromine water, ammonia and bromine water. So these are the three methods we are using to prepare nitrogen. So first method, that is fractional distillation. Fractional distillation already you studied in class 11. So the meaning of fractional distillation, that is separating liquids at different boiling points. So the liquids which have different boiling point, then we can easily separate the liquids present in the mixture. So that process is called fractional distillation, right? So fractional distillation, separating of liquids having different boiling point, so we can easily separate the mixture. So nitrogen can be prepared by using fractional distillation in liquid air. Okay, so it is the industrial process. So nitrogen can be easily separated from the liquid air by fractional distillation. Okay, this is the first method. Second method, so we are using liquid air. Liquid air. Okay. Then second one is sodium acid. So this is the preparation of pure nitrogen. Pure nitrogen. It can be obtained by the thermal decomposition of sodium acid. Formula is NaN3. See the reaction. Take NaN3, that is sodium acid, NaN3. We are heating, that is called thermal decomposition. We are going to break the acid, break the compound of acid, sodium acid. So we are getting nitrogen, N2, then sodium. So the sodium acid contains sodium and nitrogen. So we are getting nitrogen and sodium separately. So this is called thermal decomposition of sodium acid. Now balance the equation. 3 nitrogen, so put 3 here. Now 6 nitrogen, put 2 here. So here put 2. Now the equation is balanced. So 2NaN3 gives 2Na plus 3N2. So this is the preparation of pure nitrogen from sodium acid. Then third method, by oxidizing ammonia, we are taking ammonia, NH3, plus we are adding bromine water. This is liquid bromine, this is bromine water. We are getting ammonium bromide, NH4Br plus nitrogen. Okay, so ammonia, we are oxidizing ammonia by using bromine water. This is bromine water, this is ammonia. Okay, we are getting ammonium bromide plus nitrogen. Now balance the equation. Here N2, we are adding 8 here. I am putting here 3. So finally we are getting 6 NH4Br. So how many nitrogen is here? So 8 nitrogen. So I am adding here 4. So 8 nitrogen. Sorry. Dear students, see the equation. So I am putting here 8 and here 3. So here total this 4 will not come. So 6 plus 2, 8 nitrogen, and 8 into 3, 8 into 3, 24 hydrogen. Here also 6 into 4, 24 hydrogen. 3 into 2, 6 bromine. So now the equation is balanced. 8 NH3, 3 Br2, 6 NH4Br plus N2 only. Okay. So that's all about the preparation of nitrogen. So first preparation is by using fractional distillation. Second preparation is by using sodium acid. Third one is ammonia and bromine water. Okay. So check that preparation. It is very easy and it is very simple. Next, now the properties of nitrogen. Properties of nitrogen. Generally, nitrogen is rather inert. அதாவது ஸ்லைட்லி இனட் சொல்லலாம். அதாவது நீங்கள் அந்த 18th குரூப் எலமெண்ட்ஸில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஹீலியம், நியான், ஆர்கன் அதே மாதிரி அந்த அளவுக்கு இனட் கிடையாது. அதாவது மந்தத்தன்மைன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஓகே. ஸோ இட் இஸ் ரேதர் இனட். செகண்ட் ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி இஸ் terrestrial hydrogen terrestrial nitrogen. Terrestrial nitrogen, it means related to earth. So earth atmosphere contains nitrogen, so that is called terrestrial nitrogen. Here that is around 14.5% is nitrogen 14 and 0.4% is nitrogen 15. So this nitrogen contains 14.5% of nitrogen 14 and 0.4% of nitrogen 15. This nitrogen 15, it is used for isotopic labeling. Sometime they may ask in one more question. This nitrogen 15, it is mainly used for isotopic labeling. Okay. Then third important property is the chemically inert character of nitrogen. So that inert character is due to the high bonding energy, due to high bonding energy of the molecules The value of the energy is 225 calories per mole, or you can say 946 kilojoule per mole. So the inert character of nitrogen, this inert character of nitrogen is due to high bonding energy of the molecule. So the value of that energy, bonding energy, is 946 kilojoules per mole. Okay. Usually nitrogen contains triple bond, triple bond N. So you know very well about hydrogen contains single bond, oxygen contains double bond. Now nitrogen contains triple bond. Okay. So the bond energy to break this between this nitrogen bond, triple bond, it requires 225 calories per mole or 946 kilojoules per mole. So this much energy is required to break the bond, so that it is highly inert. Okay. Also another important character, so the triple bonded species, so that another triple bonded, there are many triple bonded species are there. Example, carbon, triple bond carbon, or carbon triple bond oxygen, then X means halogen, triple bond nitrogen. So these are the example for triple bond species. Then halogen, N triple bond carbon, then carbon, triple bond carbon, and carbon triple bond nitrogen. So these are some species. They are also having triple bond, but comparatively this nitrogen, see here, nitrogen, triple bond nitrogen. Okay. See that inertness of this nitrogen, triple bond nitrogen, it is very high. The inertness is very high compared with other species. This C triple bond C, C triple bond O. So compared with these other species, nitrogen has more inert. Okay. So that is because of the high bonding energy in the nitrogen. Okay. And this group, all these groups, they act as all the group act as donor. Donor means it donates electrons. Donates electrons. But nitrogen cannot act as even though it has triple bond, it cannot act as electron donors. Okay. However, this nitrogen, it can form complexes. Nitrogen form complexes with metals. With metal, it form like metal triple bond N. Okay. So these are the 5 important properties of nitrogen. Okay. Nitrogen is rather inert. It is not like inert like group 18 elements, but it has small inert. Okay. Then second point, nitrogen, it contains 14.5% of nitrogen 14, then 0.4% of nitrogen 15. So this nitrogen 15, it is used for isotopic labeling. And third point, the inertness is due to high bonding energy of the molecules. The energy value is 946 kilojoules per mole or 946 kilojoule mole power minus 1. Then the inertness of this nitrogen is very high compared with this other species, this triple bonded species. They cannot act as, this nitrogen cannot act as donor, but other can act as the donor. That means it can donate electrons, but nitrogen cannot donate electrons. Then fifth point is it forms complexes with metals. That symbol is M triple N triple bond N. Okay. So that's all about the properties of nitrogen. Next properties, that is chemical reaction. Chemical reaction. So the reaction of nitrogen is very simple. So the only reaction of nitrogen at room temperature. So normally at room temperature, room temperature means around 30 degree Celsius. So at room temperature, this nitrogen can react with only lithium. The first group element, the first member is lithium. It forms lithium nitride. So nitrogen can react at room temperature only with lithium. This is very important. No other element can react with nitrogen at room temperature. Okay. So now balance the equation. So I am adding here 6, here 2. So we are getting lithium nitride. This is the first reaction. So when you increase the temperature, that is elevated temperature, at elevated temperatures, it can react with other elements, calcium and boron. Okay, so these two elements can react at higher temperatures. So when calcium react with nitrogen, we are getting calcium nitride. So this is red hot conditions, means higher than room temperature. When you increase the temperature, then only this nitrogen can react with other elements, that is calcium or boron. At red hot condition, we are getting calcium nitrate. Now balance the equation. Here put 3. So this is calcium nitrate. This is red hot condition. Now again increase the temperature, that is bright red hot conditions. So bright red hot. So boron will react with nitrogen. We are getting boron nitride. Okay, so bright red hot. Now balance the equation. Here put 2, here put 2. So now the equation is balanced. Okay, so normal room temperature only lithium can react with nitrogen, and at elevated temperatures group 2 metals like calcium and other elements can react. So in the bright red hot conditions, it form ionic nitrides. We are calling this is ionic nitrides. Okay, so this is the general reaction, that is chemical reaction. One more important reaction, that is a formation of ammonia. Okay, one is reaction with hydrogen. Reaction of nitrogen with hydrogen. So nitrogen, it is a direct reaction. It is forming ammonia. It is giving ammonia. Okay. Actually, this ammonia, you studied the preparation of ammonia. You studied in the Le-Chatelet principle in the last year. In volume 2, you studied in the class 11. There are several conditions, the temperatures, pressures. So when you increase the temperature, what will happen for the rate of reaction? When you decrease the temperature, what will happen to the equilibrium? So this and all you studied in last year. So this reaction is favored by high pressure. So high pressure, this preparation of ammonia is favored by high pressure. Okay, and optimum temperature. Optimum temperature. So these are the two important conditions. Another one condition is catalyst. Catalyst is iron. Okay, so these three conditions is important: high pressure, optimum temperature, then catalyst, that is iron. So we are getting nitrogen plus hydrogen. It is then reversible reaction. We are getting ammonia. Okay, so that delta HF, that is minus 46.2 kilojoule per mole. This is the exothermic reaction. Okay, so the balance the equation. Here 2 NH3, here 3 hydrogen. Okay, then another reaction with oxygen. Reaction with oxygen. Okay, so with oxygen, nitrogen produces nitrous oxide. So N2 plus O2, we are getting nitrous oxide, that is N2O. Now balance the equation, put 2 here and put 2 here. So nitrogen produces nitrous oxide. This is nitrous oxide. So this happens only at higher temperatures. Temperatures 3473 Kelvin. Very high temperature. Okay. So it at very high temperatures, this nitrous oxide yields only 4.4% only. Okay. So that's all about the reactions of nitrogen. So nitrogen can combine with hydrogen to produce ammonia. So the conditions are high pressure, temperature, then iron is the catalyst. We are getting ammonia. This process is known as Haber process. Haber process. So refer class 11. Okay. Here I can explain, but it will take some more time. So better refer 11th book, the Haber process and Lee-Chartley principle. Okay. Now reaction with oxygen, it is forming nitrous oxide. So nitrogen plus oxygen. So 3473 Kelvin is the temperature. So we are getting 4.4% of nitrous oxide. So that's all about the reactions of nitrogen. Next we will see about the uses of nitrogen. Uses of nitrogen. Uses of nitrogen. So the first use, it is used as the manufacture of ammonia, NH3, that is ammonia, then nitric acid, then calcium cyanamide, etc. Nitrogen, it is used in the manufacture of ammonia, nitric acid and calcium cyanamide. Okay. Then second use, liquid nitrogen. So when you reduce the temperature of the air of the atmospheric air, we are getting liquid nitrogen. So this liquid nitrogen, it is mainly used to produce low temperature in cryosurgery. Okay. This cryosurgery, regarding this cryosurgery, I add one video clip. So just watch the video, then you can understand about the cryosurgery and how this cryosurgery helps in the medical, and how this liquid nitrogen used to make the lower temperature during this cryosurgery. Okay. And also this liquid nitrogen, it is used in the biological preservation. Okay. So this liquid nitrogen, it is used for producing low temperature in cryosurgery and also used in biological preservation. Okay. So these two are the important uses for nitrogen. Regarding this cryosurgery, how this liquid nitrogen used in cryosurgery, so here I attached one video. Just watch the video, you can understand this cryosurgery. Okay. So that's all about the preparation of nitrogen and the properties of nitrogen, chemical reactions of nitrogen, occurrence of nitrogen and uses of nitrogen. Okay, my dear students, hope you understood today's lesson. So for this nitrogen, this much is enough. So refer your textbook and also my videos, so you can understand easily. In case if you have doubt, please contact me. Okay students, so thank you very much.
Cryosurgery is a powerful and versatile technique for the treatment of many types of skin lesions. Today we will demonstrate a variety of cryosurgical techniques using liquid nitrogen as a spray and with cryo tweezers. While some conditions will respond to a single treatment, it is not unusual for warts to require more than one treatment session. Cryosurgery with liquid nitrogen is performed on the common warts found on this girl's finger. A bent tip extension spray is being used to attenuate the flow of liquid nitrogen and make it less painful for the patient, especially around the nail fold. The warts are frozen to the edge, including a small halo of normal skin. Each wart is frozen twice to get optimal results. On the second application, the liquid nitrogen spray is pulsed to demonstrate how a pulsatile spray method allows for good control of the delivery of the liquid nitrogen. Cryosurgery is being performed with the Cryac Tracker Cam, to treat a large seborrheic keratosis on the forehead. As the skin temperature drops below 0 degrees centigrade, the sensor light turns green. This SK is treated using a spray paint method, taking special care to fully freeze the periphery of the lesion. Cryosurgery is being used to treat an actinic keratosis on the face with a bent tip extension spray. 10 seconds is usually an adequate freeze for thin actinic keratoses. A cryotweezer is applied to a skin tag on the neck until it turns white to the base of the pedunculated stalk. A second skin tag is treated in the same manner. Note that the cryotweezer is held with cotton gauze to avoid freezing the hand of the physician. As demonstrated, cryosurgery is an excellent method for treating benign and pre-malignant conditions of the skin. Liquid nitrogen is the preferred cryogen and can be applied as a spray or with a cryotweezer.